It is about Atlantis. Atlantis, are we stuck in a karma loop of Atlantis? This we will discuss today, and a warm welcome to you. And I'm very happy to connect with everybody. And please write down in the chat from where you are today. Yes, and in Germany it is very hot today. I think we have more than 30 degree in Germany, Celsius, and it is really very hot. And before I start with Atlantis, and today I will share a lot of important information and secrets about Atlantis. Please sign up for my free newsletter. I have a newsletter where I share every week very important informations and also astrological predictions about the energies. If you are interested, you can sign up for my free newsletter. You find the link below the video. And I also have a heart community where you can be a member. There are a lot of meditations, astral travel meditations, and energy transmissions in this membership inclusive, and you can watch, I think, over 20 or 30 meditations there in my community. If you are interested to connect more with me, we also have a live stream in this membership. Please look to all the informations below the video. But now let's start. Just looking from where you are, from Sweden, from Holland, Ploin, hi Ploin, from Italy, from India. Wow, that's amazing. Yes, what are the secrets of Atlantis? And is there really a karma loop where we are stuck in? And first we have to understand, was Atlantis real? Yes, it was real. About 1200 years ago, and Atlantis was a city in near the Bahamas in the Atlantic Ocean, and there was the main city, but there were a lot of colonies of Atlantis, and there were some kingships and also some priesthoods, and those people were the ancestors of the Anunnaki, and they normally had a slight blue tinted skin, and they were about 7 to 8 foot big, and often they had blue eyes and also blonde hair, and they tried to kept their bloodline pure. And this is also the idea we have today, where we say, are there several bloodlines here on earth, and is there a special blue bloodline? All those ideas, they root from the time of Atlantis, and there they want to hold their bloodline pure, and because the kings and also the priesthood, they hold a lot of power, because they also had a lot of wisdom, ancient wisdom from the stars and our star siblings, and they used also tools of magic to manifest their things they want to create. And there were also a lot of people in Atlantis, and the normal civilization was a little bit more like the Lemurian energy, and this is more seen like the old tribes, like the tribes in North America and also in South America. It was more those, the faces were broader, the skin was more dark, and those energies, also the Aborigines, you know, they were more of the Lemuria energy. And they lived together and with a lot of other star siblings there. And it was normal there that they know that we are a bigger family, not only the humans here on Earth, that we have star siblings. And they all lived together in Atlantis, and they experienced a lot of amazing technology, things they created, and also to work with crystal technology. And yes, and so they felt a lot of power, and the priesthood and the kingships, they yes, they used their power to get what they want in that kind of way. And this was not a good energy at all. And 3 times Atlantis fell, and the last time when Atlantis fell, the most people know it was the it was a comet that was over the Earth, and cyclic every year the comet came to Earth, and a lot of parts of the comet broke down to Earth, and this created weird weather patterns and a lot of chaos here on Earth. Also then, when the asteroid fell down on Earth, it was a big tsunami, and this was also the big flood we know from the Bible with Noah. You might know the history, the Bible stories. And yes, and this happened. This was the end of Atlantis about 1200 years ago. But we have to understand that a lot of souls that are here on Earth, they karmically, they incarnated again and again. It is not so easy to understand because everything exists here and now. And now I tell you about the souls that they reincarnate. But this is an experience we make because everything exists at the same time. And also Atlantis exists at the same time as our time zone now. Everything exists at the same time, but now we have another frequency, and so we cannot experience this other world. But now our energies, the frequency of our humans, they become higher and higher, and this makes it possible, more possible also, to have dreams about Atlantis, to know something about Atlantis, and this could feel like it was an early life you had. But that's not really true. You connect to a life in Atlantis that is connected with your soul, over the oversoul, because the souls are only a part of who you really are. You are also a part of a higher consciousness, and this is the oversoul. And so a lot of humans experienced a lot of lives in Atlantis and then on till today, and they experienced those lives because there is a lot to learn since Atlantis. Atlantis was the time when we felt a lot of this polarity of dark and light. And we used our power to bring this normal balance in the nature out of balance. And therefore, a lot of people use those technologies, those crystal technologies, and this lead to the the downfall of Atlantis. Sorry if I not always speak so fluently, because sometimes there are no words. So sorry for this. And you have to understand that a lot of souls that incarnate here on earth, they come from the Orion star system. And there we played out a lot of those games of good and bad. And a lot of souls want to know it deeper, what it means, this good and this bad, this polarity. And so they incarnated here on earth. And the first souls who were incarnated here on earth were also connected to Atlantis. And so now it is the time where we can level up and we can leave this karmic loop we experienced so long, because we are now from our frequency in that range to understand the game on a deeper level, and to understand we have not to choose it again. Not everybody has this consciousness that he understands that you do not have to choose it again. But a lot of people who watch this video have this understanding and this consciousness that they do not resonate any longer with those old structures and games. And so we will experience maybe a new Atlantis. A new Atlantis will rise, where we bring all those old structures back in balance, and also to integrate the nature, because we forgot that the nature shows us always what is right for us and shows us the balance, and that everything is connected. And in Atlantis we lost this wisdom of the nature. And then now we remember more about this bigger understanding who we are, and this helps us to leave this karma loop. So now I have spoken a lot, and I want to look what you are writing here in the chat, and I see a lot of people are now here on, and thank you so much. So this is most important to understand, and the center of Atlantis was in the Caribbean, and it was about the Bahamas in this region, but it was on now the city is underwater. I think it is about 300 meters below, and we will start to bring those things up to see them and to understand that Atlantis is not only a story, that it is part of our history. And a lot of those people who understood what will happen in Atlantis at the end, they started to flee to other areas of the world, to North America, to South America, and also to Egypt. And there they built the pyramids, and to remember that we are part of a bigger star family. And the pyramids, they show to the, like I told in my last video, to the stars of the Orion belt, and below there is the star of Sirius. And today we have the rising of Venus, and this is really an amazing time, an important time, and the best time to speak about Atlantis. And yes, and there are a lot of secrets in Egypt, and the old wisdom, they put the wisdom in the crystal skulls, and I have one, but it's not here now. And if you connect to the crystal skulls, this wisdom can open to you, and we will find the original crystal skulls, and this is really amazing. And we also will find below the Sphinx a very important chamber. It is the Hall of Amenti. You might have heard of this special hall. And I was there a lot of times. And it's for me like coming home in the area of these energies. It is really an amazing feeling to be in this big chamber, and there is a big crystal also. And yes, if you want to know more about this, I made an astral meditation. You can find it on my shop, I think so. And yes, and experience the halls of Amenti. There's so much we can learn, and now our energy is as high so that it is not as difficult to connect to those energies. And now my energy here is totally flowing. A lot of water. And now I have some questions. I will give you answers. I also made this live stream in my German community, and I have a lot of questions. What is the connection between Atlantis and Agatha? Yes, there is not a directly connection, and Agatha is the inner earth, and there are some races also went to inner earth, but we have to understand Agatha is not a place in our physical earth. It is about a dimension shift you need to get to Agatha. And some of the Atlanteans who know to make this shift, they also shifted to Agatha. This was possible, but it was not at the end of Atlantis. It was more, I think, later than the end of Atlantis that people went who know to shift their frequency in the frequency of the earths that experience Agatha, because they are other parallel versions of Earth. They also exist. And yes, and this is really amazing. But there is not a one-to-one connection between Atlantis and Agatha. Okay, what are your questions? Wow, you have one of the 7 crystals that are placed around the world. What's your view of the 7 seals of the Bible? I think maybe I will do there an extra video. I have to to translate it first to answer it in a better way. How about the connection, if there is, to Lemuria, I think you mean. And yes, and maybe you know the Aborigines, they are have a strong energy of Lemuria, and maybe you have seen the film Avatar, and there is the Lemurian energies very strong. The Lemurian, they were very connected to the earth and to nature. They did not need any speech. They connected telepathically together. And yes, and there were also other star seeds that came in the time area of Lemuria to Earth. Also the Pleiades, the first Pleiades came here to Earth, and they also helped the people at this time to understand more of their energy and how to work with energy, how to work with nature and crystals and all those things. And this was really an amazing time. And I think the movie Avatar shows us a part of our own history of Lemuria. Yes, this was an important time. Okay, then I will start with my questions here. Does Venus have a connection to Atlantis? Do you mean the planet Venus? The planet Venus is very important, and I made yesterday a video about Venus. It is not released on YouTube, but I will release it soon, because we have now the retrograde Venus, and this brings us very close to the energies of Venus. And Venus is all about love and relationship, arts, and also our history, our ancestors, our heart chakra. And this is really amazing. And you can say there was a connection to Venus when you think about connecting to your heart and using your heart chakra. This is a part of Venus energy. And so this is connected, yes. And also some star siblings from Venus, they were also at the time period of Atlantis here on Earth. They were connected and also helped us a lot with the topics of healing. Yes. Okay. And we are all connected to Venus, always. It is a great consciousness, because those planetary energies, we also have them in our energy field. So we all have a small part of Venus or a big part of Venus. It is all about how we live it. Okay, just looking if I see more. Sometimes the chat do not show me everything. Atlantis was the earth at the beginning of creation, divided between the 12 titans, the original cedars. The Holy Mother incarnated today is a Titan. UK is where Plato describes Atlantis. Yes, I know there are a lot of different stories about the 12 Titans, and that they are the original cedars. Yes, what I see when I, as a medium, I see the people, they went to different countries or different continents, and this I can see, and also that there are a lot of connections between our animals and the star seeds, and this comes just now. So I think, yes, maybe it is also not literally to see it in that way with the 12 titans. Titans, I think so, is the name. Okay, let's start with some questions, some other questions. And there was a question about, I often read about the elite lately, that they are going under, that they have no more power. What is the elite and where do they live? And I know a lot of people think about that there is an elite and that they are very strong, very powerful, and that they are manipulating a lot of things we experience. But what I really see is that negative energy is a totally other energy than positive energy. And negative energy is very divided. Everybody wants to have the power over the other person, and so they are not as harmonious like the positive tribes, so to say. And so I do not see it as one, as the elite. We speak of something like very disconnected to our real life, and I do not experience it in that way. I think we give far too much power to those ideas of one elite. There are several groups that want to have more power over humanity, but they are not really so together. There are different groups, and sometimes some speak about the people who have a lot of money, like Rothschilds or something like this, or the digital power complex, it is also called. But I think there are also a lot of negative beliefs about rich people, that rich people are always bad people, and I do not really experience it in that way. So I think we should not give this names like the elite so much power in our life. Okay, dear Silvia, in my neighborhood, so many pets are leaving the earth right now. Also, my beloved dog Lotti passed away last week after a short, severe illness, completely unexpectedly. Is there a connection to the current time, or is it coincidence? And it is not a coincidence. And what I experienced, that a lot of animals are passing now, that's right, and a lot of people also. And we have to understand this is a very special time we live in. And also our animals, they show us, our pets show us with the new energies that we are connected. We are always connected beyond a death of a material body, because everything exists in the here and now. There are no borders, and if you are ready, then you can see maybe also your spiritual dog in that way, and you can ask questions. And we will experience that more and more. And maybe our loved pets, they show us now that we have the possibility to connect to them also beyond their worldly life. And yes, and they are totally free, those animals. And they also have a higher consciousness, and we are always connected with them. So we will learn to handle this more and more. And the next question was, what happens to our pets after death? And like I told you, every soul is free. And also our pets, they choose what they want to experience next in their best way, what is most important for them. But they are also always connected with you. If you need them, if you want to experience them, then you can call them. There is really no border. We have to understand everything exists here and now, so nothing can fade away really. Okay, do water vein crossings affect our health. Maybe you have heard about water vein crossings below your bed or something like this, that they can affect your health. And I think, yes, this is possible because we are an energetic body and we have a lot of water in our system, and this can entangle with the water of those water veins. But what I also experience is that when the frequency go higher and higher, we are more stable when it is about those earthly material things. They do not really resonate so much with our energy field anymore. We leave them behind, really. And this is my experience, that a lot of things do not really are as important like before. So the next question, dear Silvia, how do you dissolve blockages or karmic entanglements? There is constant talk about doing this, but how exactly this works is not clear to me. And the first thing I want to share with you, watch my live streams and also my videos. I share so much information about dissolving your blockages and your karmic entanglements. And first you have to understand what a blockage is. A blockage is from you, you created your blockages. Nobody else can create your blockages. This is the first important understand, not the environment and not other people. They do not create your blockages. You only can create your blockages on your own, and you create them because of your negative beliefs. And this is the cause of all blockages, your negative beliefs that are not really true. And beliefs are the basic, the fundamental of our reality, because we create our reality. And every feeling you feel, every thought you think, and every behavior, every pattern you have is a result of what you believe. And sometimes we do not really know what we believe because it is in our overconsciousness. But it is, some say, in the subconsciousness, but in true it is your overconsciousness, because it stands over your physical body. And you can access and open this overconsciousness by connecting and asking any question. And this is also the difference when you think about your subconscious and your subconscious. Then you think, oh, it is so dark there, I cannot find anything because I do not really know what lies there. But if you speak about your overconsciousness, then you know you can connect to it and find it out, what blockages you really. And I work with people, and I do this also in my new online course, in my Be Spirit course, that starts, I think, in October. We start with the Be Spirit course. It is an online course where you learn how to find your negative beliefs and how to change them. We work there with symbols and also with a lot of questions, because you can use questions to find your blockages. This is the best way, because you installed your blockages. You can work with energy and you can work with a lot of techniques. But if you do not really see and understand why you created those blockages, then you will create them again and again and again. And then you think, oh, okay, I made energy healing and everything is fine. And 5 days later, those blockages come back. So it is important to understand what is the root, what it causes really those blockages, and to solve this. And this is not as difficult. You can ask yourself, because your feelings and your thoughts and your patterns, your behavior shows you that you believe in something that is maybe not true. Maybe you believe that you are not worthy, and then if you have the belief I'm not worthy, you do not feel good, you feel negative. And then you create negative thoughts about yourself, and then you behave in a negative way because you think everybody knows that I'm not good enough, and so you behave yourself. And this also then closes the circle and makes this belief stronger, because your behavior shows you that you are not good enough, and then you believe it more and more and more. And the blockage gets harder and stronger, and it needs more effort to understand what you did for yourself and how to solve it. So I hope you can understand what I speak about. And Silvia, is it possible we are lovers in Atlantis? Maybe, Ploin, maybe. Okay. And sorry if my English is not really as fine, but I love to connect to you and to speak to you and give my wisdom and share my wisdom with you. Okay, this is the kind, what can you do to solve your blockages? Ask yourself, when you feel not good, when you have those negative thoughts, and when your behavior is automatically and you think you cannot change it, then ask yourself, and please listen now, ask yourself, why do I think like I think? Why do I feel like I feel? Why do I behave like I behave? Ask yourself these questions. And this will help you to see what you really believe in. And if you can find this belief not at this day, ask this question again and again. You will receive the answer if you want to hear it. And then you can change it. Then it is you have to change it. Nobody can change it for you if you do not change it. The first step is to then find the negative belief. But the next step is to let it go and to understand you do not need it. If you do not let it go, then you have not really understand it. And that's the way to change and to solve those blockages. Ask those questions and become aware what you believe in. And then ask yourself, will I believe in this again and again, or should I let it go and believe in something that helps me more to become the person who I am really, who really I am. Whatever. Okay, I hope you can understand what I'm sharing here. So I will look what you, sometimes my chat, I cannot see it again. She said maybe. Okay, the Earth is a slave planet. The dark side feed on the lower frequencies, and the lightful ones on the high frequencies. Thus, both sides are interested in maintaining the reincarnation cycle, What do you say to this? And I truly have to say, I do not resonate in any way with a slave planet Earth, really, and that the dark side is feed on the lower frequency. I do not resonate with this, and also not that the lightful ones are feeded by high frequencies. That's not true. And I also spoke in my German live stream about this question. And in true, it is you are 100% your energy. You can have the feeling that something is missing, that some parts of your soul is missing, or anything else, or that there is an energy vampire or something like this that sucks energy from you. But that's not really true. It is not possible, because your body and your energy is your soul, and you are filled for 100% with you. There is no space, there is no room for anybody else in your energy. You can have the experience that you think something is missing and that there is something away from your energy. But this means that you do not live your full potential, your full energy. And this lets you feel like there's something missing. But that's not true. What is missing is yourself. You miss yourself, because you do not live yourself, you do not live your pure essence, maybe because of your blockages and your negative beliefs. But that's the only way, and not that the dark side is fed by those energies. That's not true, that's not possible. Really, you can experience it like it is in that way, but it is all about your belief system that you experience something like this. It is not really true, it is not possible. And this really brings you back in your power, because then you are no victim. You are no victim anymore, because nobody steals your energy. It is only you should use your energy. But a lot of people, they only want some pills to and not to really to work on themselves and to change their behavior. They do not really want to do this. Sometimes I see it in my online courses. The people, they start very motivated, but when it's really about changing themselves, they do not want it. So nothing happens. If you do not want to change, you cannot change. First, you have to understand that you have to leave your comfort zone. That's important. To change your life. If you do not change anything, how will you change your life? This is not possible. And it is not possible only if somebody gives you an energy transmission that everything in your life changes. You have to change your life. Because nobody stands over you. Nobody can do it for you. It's not possible. You only can do it on your own. Okay. Blind writes, no energy vampires, thank God. Yes, thank God. Good, then let's look for the next question, and we have 44 minutes, wow. Hello Silvia, who all belongs to my soul family in the afterlife? My mother, my father, my brother, are they part of my soul family? And the typical evil mother-in-law, is she also part of my soul family? How can I distinguish my family, my own family, and the family of my man, if they are also part of my soul family. Maybe I hope you can understand the question. It is about if your own family is only part of your soul family, or also the people of the family of your maybe husband. And we often think one-to-one, like in the material world, that it is the same in the spiritual world, but that's not true. And you can find your soul family mostly by, if you connect to anybody and you feel there is a deep connection, it feels like you know the other person for a long time. And this could be that it is your mother-in-law or something like this. It is not only placed in your natural family. Your soul family is much bigger. It could also mean that your chief in your company is a part of your soul family, or your guru is a part of your soul family. And so you have to understand that this group is not only restricted of your own blood family, it is a much bigger part. And maybe your brother could be not as close part of your soul family, and maybe you are not so close with him. That's all possible. There's so much more possible. Often it is about 30 people that are together as a soul family, more close together, but there are also friends where we exchange. Maybe it's about 90 souls that are really strong connected. So you cannot say it in that way. Okay, what happens to the many tortured animal souls? And I know a lot of those people who watch my video are very connected to pets and to animals. And yes, there are tortured animals on earth, we all know this. And they often come from a very high energy placed here to earth in totally unconditional love, to show us that we do not need to torture anyone. And by being tortured from humans, they show us that we do not should do this anymore. Yes, they open our feelings that we can understand that's not really true and not really good for us to do this. And so they come from those highest realms here to show us this in unconditional love. So yes, and if they go back, they decide new what they want to experience. Okay, from which star siblings are actually the crop circles do you know? And those amazing crop circles, and I spoke in my German live stream short time before of an amazing crop circle in the UK, and it is with a lot of symbols, of amazing magic symbols. And those crop circles, they are a combination of different energies. It is first the consciousness of the earth itself. We have to understand that the earth is a consciousness. She is alive, our earth. And so she wants to make this signs for us to see that there is so much more and information. And also they are multi-dimensional, those crop circles. And they bring also a lot of energy from other star systems here on Earth. And they also help to balance those energies here on Earth. So they are really very important, and they show us there is so much more. And they are made, like I told, not only from earth, also from nature spirits, because they have also a unique consciousness. They help with the crops, and also are extraterrestrials, beings that help also by creating these crop circles. There are different extraterrestrial groups, and it's not allowed for me to speak more about those groups now, but there are different groups that help in creating those circles, but also earth and the nature spirits, the fairies, and more. Yes, they created it together, those amazing crop circles. I sometimes dream of a dark tunnel and I cannot get out of it. Do you know what this means? Yes, I know, and I will also share a video about dreams, I think very soon. And if you experience a dark tunnel in your dreams, then this means it is literally that your soul shows you this dark tunnel is your negative beliefs. They have also a own consciousness, and they can give you the experience that there is no way out. And they often create a lot of fears. And you think, I cannot do anything. I'm a victim. I cannot change my life, or what else. And this creates this kind of image of symbol of a dark tunnel. They are your negative beliefs. And then it is most important to look at those negative beliefs and to understand why they are there, because you created them, you installed this dark tunnel. And so you are the only one that can solve it. Very important. Okay, then I think there are two other questions, and I also have to look what you are writing. I cannot see so much new questions. No, I do not see more questions. Somebody wrote me, my life became clearer and I became more self-confident. A beautiful experience, but at the moment I have the feeling that I am disconnected. Is this truly so? And if you get more and more aware, and you might then have the feeling that you are stuck, that nothing new happens. You maybe had weird dreams and experienced energies, and now nothing happens, and you think, am I stuck? Am I on the wrong way? But I can tell you, most times you are totally fine. And it is like a little bit like you have a romance. Then at the first time you are full of energy and you love to connect, and then if you know your partner more and more, then it gets normal, more normal to be with him. And so it is like with a spiritual awakening, that first a lot of thing happens and then it feels like, oh, am I stuck, nothing more happens. But this is a normal development you made, and that's fine, and all is good. And this means those energies are integrated now in you, and now it is most important to lift them and to show them to the world. Okay, there are music songs that are loaded with negative coded vibrations to keep people in darkness. Can these coded vibrations be turned again from the light side? And this is also this question about the dark side and the white side. And I do not really resonate anymore with those extreme energies. And yes, there might some negative coded vibrations in music. This is possible, but today we have such as high frequency we can connect to that this does not really matter anymore. It is all about that you start to feel and to connect more to your energies, then you know which music is good for you. Or if you want to hear music, I normally do not hear much music. I'm listening to the spiritual world, yes, and I feel a lot of high vibrational energy when I connect to them. That's more my music. I connect. And if you want to learn to connect to your spiritual guides and also to your higher self, I have new also in English language an online course where you can learn to develop your mediumship abilities. It is an amazing course. It is about 12 weeks. Every week we will go step by step to activate more your energy field and to connect to your higher self, your spirit guides, and a lot of more people. So if you are interested, then please book a free initial call. You find everything below the video in the info box. Okay, so I think it is most important that you decide which music you want to hear. And if you feel good, that's the most important. Not to think about, is this now negative, decoded music or what else? No, just understand you are the master of your frequency and you decide. And nothing can change. Nothing can change this amazing process we are all in becoming more aware who we really are. So I think, was this the last question? I think this was the last question, and now I will just look in the chat if I see there any more questions. In South Africa, we are going through a very bad time. Yes, I have heard of this. Is there any improvement for us? Stephen, that's really a good question. Maybe I have to look to the horoscope, the chart of South Africa, maybe of, I will look up and maybe give you a feedback in maybe my Telegram group. You can choose, you can join and choose. Okay, some people say that they have accomplished their soul task and have no soul anymore, but they still live on earth. Is this possible? No, Angela, that's not possible, because your body is a part of your soul. So it's not possible to be here on earth without a soul. That's not really true. Okay. Dankeschön, Silvia. Thank you so much. You belong to which country? I am from Germany. So sorry for my English. And I normally have problems to speak out clearly. And I hope you can understand me. But I love to connect to you. And thank you so much for everything. Have an amazing week. Share this video if you want with other like-minded people. If you are interested in my online courses, I have a Vedic Astrology online course. I have a Be Spirit course where it's all about to change your belief system, and my mediumship education program. So thank you so much. Namaste.